What's up, Funny Tubers? Out there in Funny Tuber land, this is yours truly, Jason Funny, with another, it's been a while, another 101 biography. And I had picked a WWE superstar this time, and I did last time too with Brian Heenan. We will be doing some other celebrities outside the wrestling industry. I'm planning on doing a lot of old-time radio stars and old-time movie stars and stuff like that. And different people on 101 biography here on the KJW, now called KJW 42 Productions. And this is John Charles Layfield, born November 29th, 1966. He's younger than I thought he was. His ring name was John Bradshaw Layfield. All other known word is JBL. Now, this is, we'll talk more about his history and some of his other names before that in a little while. He was a professional wrestler, television personality. He signed off with WWE part-time basis now. Layfield is currently a financial commentator, excuse me. He's a financial commentator featured regularly on the Fox News and Fox Business networks. He also is employed by Northeast Securities as a senior vice president. Very professional person, one of my favorites. I think not only one of the greatest heels of all time, but probably one of probably the greatest SmackDown, WWE SmackDown. Now, there'll be some people, like on the Wrestling Webby Network, who would disagree with me, but he's probably the greatest champion SmackDown's ever had, and he is an excellent heel. And he just has so much talent, though. And here's his both, and there, and everything. And his spouse, though, and everything, all the information there, as you can see here, that you need to know. We're going to also look at some of his career here, that, you know, he is in the WWE Hall of Fame, and his Global Wrestling Federation career there in 92 through 94. Not much to say there. There he also debuted there and wrestled in some other organizations, as you can see. But when he entered the WWE there in the early years, he wrestled under the superstar named Justin Hawk Bradshaw, and his dad was of course, a wrestler. He defeated Bob Holly there in his debut. Then he went to the New Blackjacks, which his dad was a member of the Blackjacks, was a famous tag team back then, and that was part of what his dad was involved with, the Blackjacks, and he was involved with a tag team there in the late 90s called the New Blackjacks. And it was okay and stuff. And then he entered some of these other agencies here, the Acolytes, the protection agency. He became pretty famous for being in the Acolytes. Him and Ron Simmons really formed a outstanding team as the Acolytes there. And so you can always look this stuff up on Wikipedia here if you want to, because we only got a time limit here. And he was an accomplished singer there, I guess. And but we're gonna, and then there's the APA reunion 2003 and 4. But this is what I want to focus on coming up. He debuted as the John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, and so he started his reign there. And he kind of was an arrogant Texas millionaire, kind of like a Ted DiBiase, sort of, but not quite like a Ted DiBiase, but close. Same private principle. He was, I mean, he had really done, of course, he was the, had won the WWE Championship there on multiple occasions, beating famous names like Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero, and he did some major pay-per-views, and he beat a lot of big superstars, defeating The Undertaker, Booker T, and just on and on. He beat some big name, and I believe, if I ain't mistaken, he beat Edge a few times. Sorry, David Awesome, but he beat Edge. The man had, I mean, he is just unbelievable athlete, great heel. We want to talk about his defeats here. I don't want to see when he lost his title there. But what a wonderful career, what a wonderful champion, though. And if we could see here, he went to part-time wrestling there in 2006 and 7. Went to the WCW. he was just an outstanding heel. He was a Grand Slam winner and retired though. And man, what a champion! I mean, really, honestly, JBL was a champion that we could all respect. Do you hear that, Webby? Do you hear that, David? He is a champion we all could respect, though, and had some very famous matches here. We can't go through all this time. This is just a brief one-on-one biography here, but he has some great accomplishments. We're gonna go down to the end here. In March 3rd, 2020, WWE Backstage, it was officially announced that JBL will be entering the Hall of Fame, as part of WrestleMania 36. However, the event was postponed because of COVID, though. But November 22nd, he made appearance in Survivor Series and then to celebrate the Undertaker's retirement. That's the latest from him. JBL deserves to be in. I mean, he's supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. He's supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. Then he is a deserving of it. I would say, in the business career of JBL was a fantastic businessman where other wrestlers in the industry splurged the money, like Edge and Ric Flair and all them splurged the money. JBL was smart with his money and invested very wisely, being in Fortune magazine. You got to know how, it's more than just being a good wrestler, but being a good manager of financial resources. He's just the best person ever. So that's really all I got to say. I don't care if David Awesome and Webby's wrestling, though. Wrestling with Webby thinks what he thinks. This is the man of the century right here. And appreciate everything you've done. JBL, we got some more pictures to end this edition of one-on-one biography. And until next time, I'll see you on the funny side. This is Jason Funny. Hope you enjoyed it. And so long, Funny Tubers.
Warning. Self-destruct sequence activated. 3, 2, 1.